Hey guys, welcome back to the shop for SNS 140. So I got a lot of stuff to share with you this week. We got some machine work, I've got some gifts that's come in, some viewer mail, some cool tools. So this past week I received some nice products from ZT Fabrication, and I'm going to go over those with you, share them with you, and talk about what we're going to do with those. And I've also got a few tools that I scored off Craigslist last weekend. I'm going to give you a peek at those. Just some nice stuff to add to the collection around here. And I've also got some viewer gifts, some other viewer gifts that's come in too. Some really nice stuff, some tools for the shop here, and I'll give you a little close-up of those. So the machine work that we're going to have this week, I did some horizontal milling over here on the K&T, and it is some footage that you've seen before. It's a repeat job. It's you know, the big sprocket that I've done, brought it over here and I'll split it. It's a repeat job for us there at work, and I like splitting it over here on the horizontal. It's fun. It gives me some content to share with you guys, and I know everybody likes watching the horizontal that watches my channel. So I kind of give you a few different angles of it, and we talk about it a little bit more. I had a lot of questions the last time I was doing it on as to why we're doing it, so I kind of go into that a little bit and explain it to you in a little more detail. So that'll be coming up later on after we get to our viewer mail. So be sure to check that out. I want to go back and talk about Stella again. You know, if you're just now tuning in and you missed past couple weeks, I'll let everybody know that I lost Stella on October the 7th, and got a lot of really nice comments from everybody and emails. And there's been some viewer donation stuff going on here too, and I want to give everybody a mention. So last week I had mentioned a viewer, Vic Patton, had made a donation here to an organization in Pensacola called South Bark, and they're an organization that rescues animals and tries to find them foster homes. So they work off of donations, you know. So that was cool of Vic. Well, I had another viewer that was watching, and he was kind of inspired by Vic, and he wanted to do something like that as well. So Matt Masuda, and he is from Chandler, Arizona, he made a donation to a channel called the Vet Ranch. They're on YouTube, called Vet Ranch, and they work off of viewer donations to help give animals the veterinarian care that they need, that they can't otherwise get. So they got a really nice channel there. I subscribe to them. I'm going to start checking out their videos, and it looks like they got a great thing going on over there. So that was really cool of Matt. He wanted to make a donation in Stella's honor, just like Vic did with South Bark. So thank you guys very much. It just means so much to me that you care about Stella as much as that you have, you know, and just the, like I said before, the love that has been shown to me that Stella had. It was just great. So again, Matt, thank you very much, and go check out the Vet Ranch channel, and I know I'm going to be checking out their videos as well. So one more mention for Stella. I have another viewer, and her name is Cheryl Wilson. She's over there in the UK. She was watching last week, and she loves Stella. She loves seeing Stella in the videos, and she was pretty heartbroken too, you know, what happened. And so Cheryl decided to make a hand drawing of Stella for me, and it just turned out great. I love it. I think it's beautiful. The fact that it's handmade, it just speaks to me, and it just means so much. I can't wait to get this picture printed out and put it in a frame and hang it on the wall. I got a few other pictures of Stella that I want to frame up there with them and put it on the walls. I'll probably print out 2 of them, and I'll probably put one out here in the shop as well. But Cheryl did an awesome job on that picture there. Thank you very much, Cheryl. I don't know what else to say about it, but you did a fantastic job. The drawing is beautiful to me. I love it. She said that she was watching the video, and you know, I had shown pictures of Stella, and she went off of the pictures that I had shared and made that drawing based off those pictures. I just found that really cool, you know. So Cheryl, thank you so much. It means so much to me that you did that, and whenever I get it printed out and framed up, I'll make sure I share it here on another episode of SNS. So Thank you all you guys, everybody that's been giving me support through this. So we'll go ahead and get to our tools and our viewer mail and get to some machine work. Got some awesome viewer mail right here for the shop. This was made and sent in by Paul Brenniger, and they are out in San Dimas, California. And Paul owns ZT Fabrication. Now, ZTFab is also a supporter of the Barzy Bash. This past year, they donated one of their really badass welding carts to let's see, Ray Cornelia actually won that welding cart. But they have a lot of really nice products for the shop guys, and anybody can get your hands on this stuff. And what's really cool about it is that they send it to you. It's bare metal, really clean bare metal, and you can take it and you can paint them and any color you want, have them powder coated, whatever. So anyway, Paul had contacted me via Instagram. They're on Instagram, so be sure to check them out, follow them, about some grinder holders. Now, I had mentioned several episodes back in S&S that over here on the wall behind the camera here, that I wanted to start hanging up my angle grinders, my 4.5 inch, 6 inch, and my 9 inch Wildcat hand grinders. So Paul makes these really nice brackets that go on the wall that you hang your grinders on, and he had emailed me about sending me one, and I was like, man, that'd be great. And so we started talking about how many grinders I had, and he goes, well, let's see what we can do, because I believe the one that they show on their website holds 3 grinders, and he wanted to make a couple specialty ones for the shop right here. But his plan is to, after I show these and everything fits good, he wants to make these available to anybody that wants them. So let's check them out. All right, we got some instructions in there, and there's one of their decals for ZTFab. Okay, so this one right here is made for, we got 2 slots for the 9 inch grinders. I say Wildcat because that's what I got, but you can hang 2 9 inch grinders right here, and the slot in the middle is for like a 6 inch, like I got a 6 inch Metabo. Really, really nice work right here. They just look fantastic. I can tell that the Florida humidity is already getting to them. I've got a little bit of surface rust on here. So we got some little hooks here on the top that you can hang grinding wheels on. And then what you do is these tabs here, you actually kind of go in behind them, and you'll just push them out with your thumb, just like that right there. And you push them out where you want them, and you hang your cords on them. So you just hang your grinder there and then hang the cord right there. So that's one of them right there. Let's go ahead and pull the other one out. All right, so there's the other one. And this is a little bit bigger than their standard issue on their website. So this one's made to hold 4 angle grinders right here. And this is made for like a 4.5 inch angle grinder. I'm sure you could, if you have a 4 inch, you could lay that in there too. So same thing, you got hooks on top to hang extra grinding wheels on, and then you have the tabs that you push out and you can hang your cords. So really nice work, really clean work. It looks like they're all plasma cut, and I'm not sure how they put the holes in it. They got some kind of press, maybe a punch press that they form that with, and then they break it up. So you see where he cleans it up with the grinder, get all the burrs off of them. So again, the bare metal, you can paint them, powder coat them any flavor you like. I haven't decided on the color yet. I was kind of thinking red, but I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. And so this one there on the end does have a little bend, which is nothing major. I'll just straighten that back out. That was done in transit, by the way. The corner of the box looked like it got hit. So anyway, Paul, great work, man. Beautiful fabrication. I love them. And I need to go ahead and work on getting these things painted now, and we'll get them hanging up on the wall. So I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you where I plan on putting these things. So we got the little grinding area over here in this corner of the shop, and what I'm going to do is take this fan off, get it out of the way. I'm going to probably do something different with the extension cords, because what I want is this section of the wall right here to be for these really cool brackets. So we'll get both of them mounted up on the wall. It's got 4 holes in it, so I'll put some of those blue concrete screws in there to hold it up, and that'll look great. So I've always liked, you know, the things being in black and red, so I don't know, I might do these in red. I'm not sure yet. I just ain't decided. But anyway, that's where we're going to put these. So make sure to check out ZTFab. He's got some great stuff over there. Again, those welding carts that he makes is really nice too. And I'll show you after we get them painted and mounted up on the wall, and you know, keep you in the loop on the progress of these. So Paul, I really appreciate it, man. Great work. All right, so here's the little Craigslist score from this past weekend. And a guy had listed all this stuff. He had some other stuff too. He had some sterret calipers and an 18 and a 12-inch sterret level. But what I did is I picked up the 8-inch and the 6-inch sterret levels. So these are the 98, model 98, and then whatever the length is. So there'd be 98-6 and a 98-8 as far as the part number goes. This one, the vial was already loose on it, so definitely got to be calibrated there. This one I haven't even checked it yet, but they're in good shape. Definitely needs a cleaning, so we'll get those cleaned up. And then this is just a bushing. It goes. This is an 1.25 inch. I'm sorry, 1.5 inch OD, number 3 Morse taper. That's a bushing that you could use in a boring bar holder, like an Allure style tool post, and hold a drill if you wanted to. And then right here we got just some 1, 2, 3 blocks. I thought one of these was open, but these were all never used. You see they're still brand new, still in the little oil paper. So 3 brand new sets of Schar's brand 1, 2, 3 blocks. And as far as cost goes, we settled on $160 for the 2 levels, and then the 1, 2, 3 blocks in this right here. So not a screaming deal, but still a good deal on tools to add to the collection. So now I've got, let's see, I got an 18, a 12, an 8, 6, and a 4-inch now. So that's the main reason why I got these. I wanted some, but I wanted to kind of create a nice collection there of the sterret levels. So that was pretty cool. I was excited about that. So this is our first viewer mail of the week, some viewer gifts. And you guys recognize what these are? I bet you some of you do. So I'll show you what they go to. Here's that boring bar holder that was just recently given to me. You know, a viewer gift. This is a Multifix Type B. And that's where these go, right there. That is the tool height adjuster. It's also the tool stop, but this is the tool height adjuster for a Multifix. And I had this boring bar holder given to me. I got cleaned up, and then I got one more that's been buried and it's dirty and cruddy. It needs to be cleaned up, but you can see that it's broken right here, and I actually broke this myself. This was done a long time ago, and I didn't know that one of the screws was missing. I didn't realize that, but that's okay. That's no big deal. But the tool height adjuster is broken, so I was kind of hunting 2 of them. You know, we needed 2 of them. So let me tell you how I got these. So these were sent to me by one of my viewers overseas, and his name is Rene D. Bruin. I'm not sure exactly where he lives, but these parts were sourced from a company over in Germany called Pee Wee Tools Limited. And I believe in his email what he says is that the owner of the company, they have all these parts made for Multifix. I believe he has the entire series of Multifix tools, tool posts, tool holders, all the parts and accessories made. And these are pretty good right here. I like it. That pretty good fit and finish. And he wanted me to add that this company, Pee Wee Tools, is going to launch their product line in the US next summer, so that this full line of Multifix stuff is going to be easily available to anybody that's looking. All you guys over in the US, if you deal with this stuff right here, these Multifix, you probably know that this is a little bit difficult. You can buy this stuff. I know that SPI sells them, but finding parts for them is kind of hard. I've had a difficult time. I sent an email to a company called Penn Tools, and they never even emailed me back about this stuff. So that was really cool of Renee jumping in there and saying, hey, you know, I can get these parts really easy. And he said he wanted to send a couple over. So that's what he did. So I really appreciate it, Renee. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, we do have the screws also that go with it. So we got the full set right there. And thank you very much, Renee. I'll get all these bolted on and have two more tool holders to add to the arsenal here. All right, guys, we got us another small machining job for this week's S&S, and you've probably seen this before. I've already done a couple of them on the channel. We've already seen a couple of these sprockets, and we got another one to do. This is for my day job down here at Motion, and this is just a simple op that I like to do over here on the K&T. It's fun, and it gives me a little bit of horizontal content to add to the channel there. I'll go ahead and kind of go into this real quick before we get set up here and get going. There's the previous times that I've done this, I've had a lot of guys comment on why this thing is split, and then they comment on, well, that thing's not going to run true once you split it. But here's the deal. Where this thing is designed, where it goes up, it's designed like this. It's designed in a split piece so that the guys can take it and bolt it onto the hub, you know, and then put their sprocket on. So as long as you machine the bore and your bolt circle before you split it, once this thing gets bolted up to a true bolt circle on a hub, it's still going to line up perfectly. I mean, you may have a little bit of wiggle there from the drilled holes, but these holes are drilled pretty precision though. There's not a lot of slop in them for it to mess up. But I have never seen the machine that this goes on, but I know that's the application. Okay, and I don't know why they're needing more of them done, but evidently there's more than one sprocket out there at the plant. You know, they have multiples of these, so they must be getting worn, and they're doing maintenance on it, replacing the chain and the sprockets. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about that. And so let's go ahead and get going. This time I added 8 clamps on this, and we're using a different cutter than I used last time. I believe that's an 8-inch slitting saw right there. And I added 4 more clamps to try to help improve the rigidity of this setup, and hopefully everything's going to work out. We got a nice true running arbor this time, got it kind of choked up on it so that hopefully it gives it nice support. And the running bushing is adjusted to this. The bushing in this outboard support here is adjusted to that running bushing very close. Whenever it's not on there, I have to like shove it in there, and it's a nice close fit. So I don't want to tighten this up anymore because it'll cause friction there. We got oil in there, so it should be good to go. But the last thing we're going to have to do is just kind of eyeball. I've got a scribe line down the center here, and what I'm going to do is just raise the knee up here and try to get one end, this end right here, get it lined up first, and then I'll run the table down so that the cutter's down here on this line, and then just bump it around till I can just visually see that this line is in the middle of this 1/8 cutter right here. All right, just bringing it up, get it real close. Looks like I've already got it pretty dang close right there where it's at. Needs to go in just a touch. Good on that end. All right. slides it back here. So I've got all these bolts loose except for these two down here, so this is going to be our pivot point on the end. Go ahead and check the other end and make sure that we're still looking good here. Do a slight adjustment on it. Alright guys, I think we're pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and give these a little snug down. Go down to that other end and get ready to start cutting. Alright, so the plate is 7/16 thick, so I'm going to touch off and I'm going to move it over and we're going to go up a ½ inch. That'll clear the bottom about a 16th. And I'm running on the RPM over there at 44 RPM. That's approximately 100 surface feet per minute on the cutter speed. So on these, I've always found that these milling cutters like this, it's best to slow it down some, you know, to try to prevent some of the chatter and the ringing. So here we go. All right, so there's our cut. It looks like it's dead in the middle of that line there. Cutting pretty true on the OD of that cutter also. Bring it up a ½ inch. Alright. Relock the knee over here. And the knee's locked on the other side too, so we're good to go. We're going to use our mister. Go ahead and get these adjusted here. So you should be able to see how much water's coming out of that right there. And you can fine tune it right up here. Kind of turn it down. So this is the Noga Mini Cool, but it's got the dual nozzles on it, which I really like for this mill. Right now I got it at 1 inch per minute on the feed. So far so good. Okay, so that's 1.5 inches a minute. I just picked it up 1 notch. Be just through the cut now. I'm going to go ahead and stop the feed and hand feed it down. One thing I want to do is adjust this mister just a little bit, just to try to remove some of the chips a little bit more than what it's doing. Now whenever it first starts onto an edge, I like to feed in kind of slow, since there's not much area there for the cutter to cut on. Like right there, you know, it's just a sharp corner, and once it gets in there just a little ways, then I'll kind of speed it back up to where we had it. So that was at 1 inch a minute. I'm gonna go back up to 1.5. Now this thing's doing really good this time. Yeah, we could probably push it harder than that on our feed, but there's really no need for me to do that because it's working good just like it is. Once I get through this cut on this side, the job will be done besides filing it. So it's working good, so I don't want to push it. I have broke these cutters before, right in the middle of a job. You know, it just gets bound up and splits and breaks, and it's not fun when it happens. Alright, that should be about it there. I'm going to go ahead and hand feed it. The easy way to clean these kind of chips up right here. This is what I keep the little shop vac for, is doing this kind of cleanup, and I'm Just using the big rigid that we got for the floor. Not too bad. Just got to do some filing and we'll be finished up. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this job. I had fun. I always enjoy getting over here on the mill whenever I have the opportunity and do some work over here and use the horizontal setup. It's always a lot of fun doing that, and I love being able to capture some video for you guys to show for the channel there. So alright, we'll see you on the next project, probably next weekend.